What's up, it's you? For today's video, with the full Applin evolution team. 3 years ago, I did this team, and I never really thought I'd be doing it ever again. However, we no longer have a G-Max, but we do have a new Pokemon called Dipplin. So Dipplin is the new Pokemon that has been revealed in the Scarlet and Violet Teal Mask. I'll be using Applin, Flapple, Appletun, and Dipplin on this team for a team of 4. Now, apparently with Dipplin, it actually works with Everlight, so that sort of tells me in the future there could be an evolved form and I may have to redo this team, but I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I've got 5 battles today with this team, and we got a lot of random battles today. So first opponent, I'm not really 100% sure of their trainer name. We've also got a... is this the Sinistea? I'm still learning the names of these new Pokemon. We've got the Sinistea. I'm just going to call it Sinasha or Sinistea, and it's going to be using Strength Sap against me, and it's going to be using that and Shadow Ball. Now, this Applin didn't stand a ghost of a chance there. It's going to get critted. However, it will be back in the next couple of battles, and it did some pretty awesome work. So next Pokemon's going to be Dipplin. Dipplin's got a new ability called Super Sweet Syrup. What this does, when it swaps in, the Pokemon, opposing Pokemon actually lowers the evasiveness by 1 stage. So it's pretty interesting, and it can happen once per battle. Now, also has a signature move called Syrup Bomb. What Syrup Bomb does, it's a grass move, special. It's 60 base power, 85% actually for some reason, and it drops the target speed by 1 stage for 3 turns, as you'll get to see. So this set is all about trying to drop the opponent's speed and paralyze him, because it is a very, very slow Pokemon. It's only got a base speed of like 40, so I thought that could actually work. Now, what I was thinking here, to give it like some extra bulk, I give it max health and max special defense calm nature, and I gave it Everlight, and I did some battles with it, and it actually works at Everlight. Now, if you remember, when Slowpoke Galar came out, that actually worked with Everlight at the start, which sort of told everyone and gave it away that there was going to be an evolution for it in the future. So that's why I think I'm going to have to redo this team when the next DLC actually comes out. So that is going to be the next Pokemon to come out. It's going to be the Iron Bundle. I'm going to go for Dragon Breath here, and it actually does really, really good damage to it. So I've got Recover and Withdraw on my other moves here. With Everlight after a Withdraw, I know it's a bit of a joke move, but it actually made it really, really tanky. Now, as you can see, this team is really, really weak to ice moves, and I thought, well, Terra Steel will work pretty nicely on Dipplin for sure. Speaking of Dipplin, what do you think of Dipplin? Do you like this Pokemon? Tell me all your thoughts about it. And of course, if you want to help support the channel, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button and give us some feedback on Dipplin. What do you think about it? I think it's a pretty cool looking Pokemon. I do like it shiny, and I actually don't mind its Syrup Bomb move. It's unique. Is it really super, super amazingly good? Probably not. I think it'd be a bit better if it trapped the opponent in or something like that. Or maybe I was thinking some cool things in doubles. You could have like a Shadow Tag Pokemon or Arena Trap Pokemon as an ally and you use it that way or something like that. Or maybe use it on your ally in Trick Room or something like that, competitive or something like that. I don't know. I was like thinking of ways you could actually use it. Anyway, next Pokemon is going to be Appletun. Now, Appletun has got Apple Acid, Giga Drain, Dragon Pulse, and Terra Blast Ice. I thought with Thick Fat and Terra Ice would be a nice little surprise, and we got leftovers as the item max health and max special attack modest nature. So Garchomp just gets blasted when they swapped it in there, and I mean, they had to be sort of thinking that I'd be going for a Dragon move. Maybe they thought I was going to go for Apple Acid or something like that to try and drop its stats. Anyway, in comes Sparkly the Charizard. I really can only do Dragon Pulse here. It's got Dragon Breath as well. So it's going to actually not paralyze, which is good. And now I'm going to unleash the beast here with my Dragon Pulse. It's a 2-hit KO. It's pretty comfortable. And after leftovers, I know that I could probably even live a critical hit from this Pokemon. Also, in battles now, you'll see a new camera angle. It's like a side view of each of the Pokemon and a top-down view. So that actually, I don't even think that was like announced. That's just something I've actually found out. So this is going to be a Terrafire Charizard. It's like, are they going to go for a fire move? I'll live it easy because of Thick Fat. And they decide to go for the same move again. So like, well, I don't think it would have changed that. Maybe it would have done a little bit more damage. I'd say it probably would have nearly taken him out or very, very close. But Charizard is going to faint there. So like, all right, well, This is interesting. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be Dondozo. I'm like, well, they're going to go for Yawn and put me to sleep the next time. But I do have a lot of grass moves here. So let's go for Apple Acid. Drop that special. It does so much damage. And after seeing that special defensive drop, the opponent has thrown their switch out the window and they have rage quitted. That is it for the first battle. A nice little salty baby bottle to start this video off with. Let's get on to battle number 2. Now, this is another random battle on the Poke Portal. And of course, we got an Ogerpon lead in. Now, speaking of Ogerpon, I will be doing a Ogerpon mask team, like all for the mask team. I'll either have that ready for tomorrow or the next day. So that one is coming. I pretty much got it already. I just got to get a couple more battles and stuff like that. So we're going to Terra turn 1. Embody Aspect is going to give it a speed boost. Little Applin must have been a massive threatening Pokemon. They've gone for a low kick. It's done 2 damage. And I've got this rollout set. I like to call it the rollout Applin. So we got Terra Blast. We got rollout, Sucker Punch, and Recycle, I think. And we got Recycle, Leechy Berry, Ripen. They go for the Tim Tam Slam a couple of times. And Applin actually manages to get a Ripen, juicing up his attack by +2, which is going to be excellent because this is like the 3rd rollout, and it took it out. I was like, wow, that was incredible. So obviously they had like a super bad moveset there, but imagine losing to an Applin. Anyway, so the salt levels, I know they were rising. Like, you cannot tell me they weren't rising. And in comes Sarah Ledge. It's going to hit me with the Shadow Claw. So that's the end of Applin, but man, this video deserves a like for that Applin KO. That was something else. Now, also, on the topic of Applin, I actually have done an Applin Evolution team before. I did note, actually mention that. So if you haven't seen that video before, make sure you go give it a watch. I might actually pin it in the comment section too. So if anyone does revisit the video, it's actually 3 years old now, and drops a comment, I'll give you a little heart on your comment there. It might be an interesting watch to watch this one, then go back and see what I did with the movesets on the other team. Obviously, there won't be a G-Max Pokemon, but, it could be interesting. So that's actually it was like a Shadow Ball and Shadow Claw set. So I'll give my opponents the credit. They've had a couple of interesting sets here. In comes the Garchomp, and it's going to use Outrage. So that's a very, very big problem. Unfortunately, this team is countered pretty easy because they're all very, very slow Pokemon and were weak to pretty much all the same things. Now, I noticed something with Dipplin in its Shiny, which is pretty cool. So when the Shiny uses when its signature move, when it uses it, it actually, I believe it's the very, very first Shiny to actually have its move change color. So the Syrup Bomb is normally red when it's not shiny, but when it's shiny, it's yellow. I think that's the very, very first instance we've ever seen a shiny Pokemon have on a move. I could be wrong about that. Please correct me if I am, but I believe that's the very, very first instance we've ever had. Maybe that could be something cool would implement in the future. Anyway, so we got some sticky syrup on the Garchomp. I went for the Terra Steel. I absolutely had to. I had no choice there. And Garchomp is going to become confused. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, there's one way to win this battle. I need to probably try and get a paralysis here. And then I got it. I was like, wow, I've got Parafusion. This is kind of a rare opportunity. How about I'll swap my Dipplin out of here. I'm probably going to call Dipplin Appletun or Applin at some stage. You're all very similar. And I'm going to go into the old Flapple. So Flapple is probably the best set on my team. It's got the most presence about it and probably the best sweeper. Garchomp hits itself with Confusion. I'm like, that's really, really good. So I've got a Dragon Dance, Grab Apple, Dragon Rush, Aerial Waste, Hustle for that muscle set. And I'm going to go for Dragon Dance to try and outspeed the last couple of Pokemon because they are going to outspeed me if I don't get that happening. So I'm hoping Garchomp hits itself or it gets paralyzed, something like that. And Garchomp actually got paralyzed there, so I was very, very lucky. But I absolutely had to go for that, as you'll see. So I'm going to go for the Aero Ace. The good thing about Aero Ace and Hustle, it can't miss, and you get that free extra boost. This is Max Speed and Max Attack Jolly Nature, and the item is Wide Lens. Next Pokemon is Miraidon. That's what I was talking about. I went for Dragon Rush and it missed. I'm like, you wouldn't read about it. However, they've got a physical set and go for Outrage. I lived on 5 health, 5 staying alive, and I landed the Dragon Rush on the second one. So that's going to be the end of the Miraidon. At least you thought that was the end of Miraidon. Because guess what? There's another Miraidon in the back. In comes Altaria, and that is going to be dropped by a Dragon Rush too. And last Pokemon on the team is also going to be Miraidon. They had 2 Miraidons. So I was like, what is going on? So we got the Dragon Rush, of course, missing again. I'm like, oh no, it's all Ogre now. And it's going to go for a Hyper Beam. I'm like, okay, they really wanted to get rid of Flapple. So that's the end of my Flapple. I tried for that sweet people. Unfortunately, Hustle sort of messed me up there. And we got Dipplin dipping into the battle. Now, I've got to recharge this turn. Let's go for a Syrup Bomb. Let's see if we can get that speed drop on a little bit. Now, I know the Dipplin is very slow, but after 3 turns of the Syrup, that's -3 in attacks. That's actually a fair bit. And if you got like a paralysis against them too, virtually you can outspeed almost every Pokemon. So I'm eating these Electro Drifts like a snack. This one is max health, max special defense, and it's so bulky. It's a really, special defense base of 80 is very high for an Everlight Pokemon, and 80 health too. It's really good. I like to run this special defensive. Like I said, I will be doing a moveset guide on Dipplin a little bit later on the channel, so look out for that one. Or if I didn't, I've given you a little extra spoiler for today, but Dipplin is coming for a moveset guide today. They're going to keep going for the Electro Drift over and over again. I'm not sure why I went for... Oh, no, I was trying to go for a cover here because I wasn't really sure how many hits it would take to actually fake this thing. And I was also trying to see if I could actually outspeed the Miraidon too. So I'm going for another Dragon Breath here. I can see it's a 3-hit KO. The Miraidon is going to continually go for Electro Drift over and over. I'm tanking these hits really well. And now I'm going to finish off the Miraidon. And that, my friends, is the end of the second battle. But that was pretty insane there. That I think my favorite moment had to be the Applin beating the Ogerpon at the start. That was amazing. Let's get on to the third battle. This one, I'm not sure of these names. I met a lot of Japanese players today, which I guess is quite common around the time where I do battling and stuff like that. So we got a Vikavolt lead here. I'm going to go for a rollout. I outsped. I was like, ooh, this could be content, people. But it turned out to be content, but not the right content because I got hit by Guillotine. So, Vikavolt was munching. That's a nice green apple. Nice, great. You use green apples in cooking more, don't you? Are they Granny Smith apples? I don't know. When I eat those green ones, bad thing happened. Anyway, we're going to go through to Appletun. I've unleashed the beast with Dragon Pulse, and it's hit another Guillotine on top of me. I'm like, this can't be happening. And they actually brought 4 Pokemon along too. So I'm like, man, it doesn't really happen very often because most people will bring 6 because they just want to press the A button to win. Next Pokemon is Flapple. We're going to go for a Dragonette here. I know that it's risky, but I've got absolutely nothing to lose here. I'm getting absolutely cooked by this thing. So I got them boosts. Guillotine's going to slide on by. Now I can go for an Aero Wave. That one is going to miss, and Vikavolt is down. That crit definitely mattered there. So bye-bye, Vikavolt. Now the next Pokemon to come in is going to be... Pheasant-dippity. So there I got it right. It's going to use Technician Wing Attack. However, Flapple is, is such a tanky Pokemon, and Pheasant-dippity is going to be fainting there. It doesn't really have a lot of attack, Pheasant-dippity. Next Pokemon is going to be Ogerpon. Oh, it's got the Rock Mask on. So I heard an apple a day keeps the Ogerpon away. However, it's got the Sturdy ability, and I'm going to get hit by a Giga Impact. That's my favorite mask, that one. Looks really cool. I can't wait to use all that mask team. That mask team will be coming up tomorrow or the next day too. I'll probably mention that. So we're going to go into Dipplin now. This Pokemon is actually the camera and the lighting for it. You'll find that sometimes it's nice and yellow and golden, but other times when maybe you're doing a battle on the night, the nighttime on the field, it'll go like this really dark orangey color. Anyway, Light's Pokemon is 100, and it's like, oh, not another Miraidon. I'm sick of these Miraidons, man. So we got the little scummy engine, and we're going to have a Terror here. Now, I also went for a Terror this turn too because I was terrified of any dragon moves. I was hoping they'd go for something like, Draco Meteor. That would drop their stats, and then, I'd have that typing and enough bulk to win. That was what I was hoping for. So, unfortunately, they went for a Terror Electric. So, all right, that doesn't mean they're going to go for an electric move. They're probably going to go for a dragon move and just changing their typing around. Say if I had a dragon move, it wouldn't be super effective. So, I've gone for the Terra Steel here, and they went for Electro Drift instead. So, they definitely expected me to go for a Terra there. They were lucky, though, because I could have had Terra Dragon, Anyway, I'm going to go for Dragon Breath, and I can't get a paralysis at all, and they're going to finish me off with another Electro Drift. And that is the end of the first battle. It was a shame because on their team, they had like 2 other Pokemon that were pretty interesting too. I was a bit disappointed they brought their Miraidon to that battle. Sort of like completely destroyed me at the end. But like, it would have been exciting to see what the other Pokemon use. Anyway, let's get on to battle number 4. Not sure of my opponent's name. If anyone can translate these names, put them in the comment section. I always appreciate you all for doing that. Now, the first Pokemon is going to be Appletun. Now, they actually had an Appletun on their trainer card, so I thought, oh, I hope my opponent appreciates this, and they showed that appreciation by one-shotting my Applin. Next Pokemon's going to be Dipplin. I've got to dip into this battle, you know what I'm saying? Got that super sweet scummy syrup going. I want to do like some scumbag evasion strategy with this. I got to come up, I'm thinking like maybe Bright Powder. Like forego the Everlight and have Bright Powder. I need to come up with these things. Anyway, I've got to Terra right off the bat here because Appletun's going to cause my team a fair few problems. So here comes the Dragon Pulse. I'm easily going to be able to live that due to my typing and my bulk. And Dragon Breath should be, a pretty powerful move here. So I got a paralysis on the Appletun first go, which I was pretty happy about. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know whether it's going to take it out. And it's a 3-hit KO, which is still fun. They're going to have body press, but since I'm so bulky, I'm able to live that very, very easily as well. Like, I actually really like Everlight Dipplin. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely a support Pokemon, though, for sure. Next Pokemon's going to be Decidueye. They've gone for a low kick, and it's really done low damage. So I'm going to go for Dragon Breath. It's like I reckon like a 6-hit KO. I can easily beat Decidueye, by the way. That one was a crit that did nothing. So I guess they don't have a lot to hit me with. Like maybe they've got like a grass move, a flying move, low kick's their fighting move. Do they have a ghost move at all? That's about the only thing they can really do. So putting up some of that syrup on the field there, the Decidueye is actually not that fast itself, so it didn't take long to drop its speed, and it has kept going for a low kick over and over. I guess this Pokemon isn't heavy either. It's only a super effective move. So they finally went for Spirit Shackle. I was like, I wonder how much this is actually going to do to me. And it did nothing too. So Dipplin completely and utterly like walled them there. So we're going to go for a cover here because we got a lot of Pokemon left on my opponent's team here to take out. So I've got that health back. Now we've got to finish off at this Decidueye. We need like one more Dragon Breath. The reason why I ran Dragon Breath, I know it's not that great a move, but I thought it'd be fun to use with the syrup. Next Pokemon's going to be King Toilet. I'm looking at my team. I'm thinking, man, what can I do to this? Like Steel Pokemon really counted me. So I'm going to be going for Dragon Breath here. And Dragon Breath, I went for a Paralysis, and I got it. I think I paralyzed nearly every one of these Pokemon. So maybe... did I get the Decidueye? I think I paralyzed all the team so far. So King Toilet is paralyzed on the toilet, and then it paralyzed me. So we're both sitting on a toilet, and we're both paralyzed. Anyway, we'll end that story there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep firing off these Dragon Breath. It's like... it's probably like an 8-hit KO. So, King Gamer's going to get paralyzed. And I thought, well, I want to see if I can do something here. This could be problematic, though. So, I went for a Syrup Bomb. I got a crit, which was really, really nice. And I've got that speed control now. Now, the only problem about putting Syrup on King Gambit is it's going to activate Defiant every single turn the Syrup kicks in. So, that'll mean you'll give it 3 Defiance. I'm like, oh... this could be bad. Here comes the Kotao Cleave. I just lived that on 48 health. Life Orb's going to do some damage to it too, and it's going to get another speed drop and another Defiant boost. But the good thing is it's on a low amount of health for me to take out. I want to say that Syrup move that I did earlier on there, that crit mattered, because that would have actually finished me off there. So that's the end of the King Toilet. Next Pokemon is going to be Greninja. Water Shuriken is a move. I'm like, wait a second, I might be able to live this. And I was like, wow, look how tight, like tanky this is. They hit me with 3 and I lived. I'm like, yes, but I got paralyzed there. I would have absolutely taken them out with a Spirit, I nearly said a Spirit Bomb. A Syrup Bomb. Yo, Spirit Bomb. That actually sounds very, very similar. Anyway, so in comes Appletun. I'm feeling a little bit salty because that Greninja virtually got off scot-free. Like, they didn't even earn that KO. And now they're going to go for a Terra. So it's going to be Terra Poison, and this is actually very, very scary. I did actually miss the Greninja KO, but Greninja actually misses Gunk Shot, so that actually definitely made up for the Water Shuriken moment there, and I managed to get one Apple Acid off. So like, okay, I've got a small chance of living this due to Appletun's bulk. And Gunk Shot hits very, very hard, but I just managed to live it, and Appletun can now go for a Dragon Pulse at -2 in special defense. That is going to be more than enough to take out the Greninjas. That's very, very good. I would have lost if Appletun, didn't take that out then. So next Pokemon to come out is going to be Samurott. Ooh, it's going to go for a Mega Horn. That's the end of Appletun. If I had a little bit more health left, I might have had a chance here there. Now, all I've got left is Flapple, so I'm like, well, I can't get a Dragon Dance up here. There's no way I can slide this. I could try it now, but I didn't want to take my chances due to hustle, so I dropped an apple on top of Samurott, and that was lights out for it. Last Pokemon's going to be Dragonite. I knew Dragonite was in the back too. Dragon Rush misses, Dragon Rush misses, and I was like, I've got Dragon Rush again. So 3 Dragon Rush misses, then they popped a Hurricane, and that's going to blow the little apple away. Oh, God damn it. So that's the end of the 4th battle. It was so close. Like, man, I reckon, like, Dragon Rush Hustle, that would have done so much. Even to a multi-scale Dragonite, that would have hurt. That 2 definitely would have fainted. But anyway, that's Pokemon for you, right? Next battle, this one is against Super Bowser, and we've got a Applin versus a Dipplin. Now, as I mentioned before, it doesn't have like the golden color anymore because it's like a nighttime battle. It's super, super weird. So I've got that syrup happening. We've got a Quick Claw Dipplin here. It's going to have, a Quick Claw Protect, my favorite combination. I love it so much when Quick Claw activates and then Protect activates. It means I prioritize absolutely everything in this world. So anyway, back to the battle. That was getting a little bit of a sidetrack. Here comes a Pounce. Oh, they're running a physical set. That's interesting. Now, I was looking at the damage that was going to be done to Applin through Pounce Run. I'm like, wait a second. If it keeps using Pounce here, Lychee Berry will activate, and I'll get a Juicy +2. But this Pokemon is pretty bulky, so I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to faint it, but it might. Like, it should do over half its health. So here comes another Pounce. Applin is going to get a nice little Ripen there. Now, I did have Recycle on this. I've actually done an Applin sweep before. It's absolutely incredible. You should check it out. It's amazing. And I managed, I did like this Recycle set. I did like a Recycle Staffberry set. It was really, really cool. Like, you can get like +4 in a stat on a single turn. I was almost going to do that, but, you know, knowing my luck, I'd probably roll like a special attack boost. So they went for a Disrespect Syrup and my rollout miss. Are you serious? So that is the end of Applin. So the salt levels are starting to rise here. I was like, all right, it's only on a bit of health. It's not a fast Pokemon. I can pretty much send in anything. So I send in my Appletun. Appletun can finish this off. They're going to go for a Pounce, dropping my speed. So I'm like, all right, whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Pounce is quite an interesting move, like a support move. Outside of that, it's not super duper amazing. Anyway, that's the end of the Dipplin there. And the next Pokemon to come out is going to be Ogerpon. Now, this was the Ogerpon, the fire one. So it's got Mold Breaker as the ability. And this is actually, I want to say this is, I'd say this is probably the best Ogerpon because most people are using it just due to it getting an attack boost when it terrors, right? So interesting enough, it's going to be setting up the grassy terrain. I went for a drop in special defense with Apple Acid. That's really all I could do. And then I went for Dragon Pulse. However, the Ogerpon's got to swap out, and in comes Levany. So Levany is back here. It's a new Pokemon, and it's good. It's not a new Pokemon, but it's a Pokemon we haven't got to see for a very, very long time. So I'm looking forward to using Levany again. So it's going to hit me with an X Scissor. That does enormous amounts of damage there. I'm going to go for Dragon Pulse, and since I did get a Dragon Pulse off on her earlier on the swap-in, that is going to be a 2-hit KO, which is really, really good. Next Pokemon is Ursaluna Blood Moon, and it's going to go for Blood Moon. And also, people, I have got a Ursaluna Blood Moon sweep. I've got it coming. It should be tomorrow. I just got to finish the edits on it. I come up with a Pip Night special. It's quite an interesting set there. I've got to show you. But anyway, that should be coming tomorrow if I can finish all the edits and stuff on there. So anyway, we're going to mix set. It's Slash and Blood Moon. Now, I'm going to go for the Syrup Bomb, and I nearly said Spirit Bomb again. And yes, also to answer your question, I will be redoing the Teddiursa team. I've done it like twice now. This will be the 3rd time I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to have like, Teddiursa, Ursaring, Ursaluna, and Ursaluna Blood Moon. So that team will be coming up next week as well. Because I don't know. I never thought I'd get that another Pokemon for that line. Maybe another. I don't know. Like, I felt like that was it. We already got Ursaluna. Anyway, a fun fact here: if you got a bulletproof Pokemon, it actually stops the Syrup Bomb because it's a bomb move, right? So that's gonna stop. That's another move that bulletproof stops. And now I'm gonna go for the Terra Steel here. I was a little bit worried about using this because I'm like, well, if he uses a Dragon type move, that's good. But if he uses a Fighting type move, then that could be very, very bad. So this, I think this was like a choice. It was either a Choice Banded set or it was a King's Rock set. I think I remember hearing it was a Choice Band set, and that's not going to do very much to me at all. Like, if I didn't have Terra Steel, I would have lost right here because I would have been locked into that. So anyway, it's going to hit me with a lot of times this Scale Shot here. Scale Shot is actually a returning move on quite a couple of Pokemon too. So if there's a Pokemon out there you use Scale Shot on a lot, I believe quite a few actually got that back. I may actually do a new video on covering some of the new moves or returning moves. I was sort of just thinking what I was going to call like a Pokemon buffs team or something like, I don't know, like if anyone's got a suggestion, let me know, but I might cover something like that next week too, because there's a couple of Pokemon that got new abilities and stuff, and I'd like to cover that, but that's only 2 Pokemon, so I wasn't really sure if I was going to do them as a team or something separate. Anyway, so Kobo is going to get dropped there, getting locked and paralyzed. Next Pokemon is Mightyena, and Mightyena is finally back in the game after so long, so it'll be good to use that. It's going to go for a Fire Fang. Fire Fang doesn't do a lot, however, it rolls the 10% chance to actually burn my Dipplin, so that was really, really lucky. I'm just going to go for Spirit Bomb. I'm calling that Spirit Bomb there. You imagine Goku just holding up this ginormous ball of syrup and throwing it at like, I don't know, Vegeta's receding hairline or something like that. Anyway, back to the battle. I'm going to get hit by another Fire Fang here, and I'm going to go for another Dragon Rap. I'm just continually going for that. I'm trying to get the Paralyze here, and I finally got it. This Dipplin was actually really, really good at getting like Paralyzed. Like over and over again, I would get it in a lot of the battles. So we're going to get another speed drop there on the Mightyena. I'm going to go for Dragon Breath, and that is going to be enough to take it out, which is good there. So we got Ursaluna and Ogerpon left. So out comes the big Ursaluna. That's a good one to catch in a Beast Ball too. Like Ursaluna, you can only get like once per, like once in the DLC. You can't actually capture it again. You'd have to do like another DLC or like another save or something like that. So that, yeah, that's. I guess it would have been nice to be able to capture multiples of it, but it is what it is. Also, it's like shiny lock too. So my last hope here is to go for a Dragonette. We did have Blood Moon, so I knew they wouldn't be able to use Blood Moon again because you can only use it like once. You can't use it consecutively, so it's like Gigaton Hammer from Tigaton. So anyway, I gave Ursaluna an apple to eat. It was very, very happy about that, and it laid down and ate it and went to sleep. So next Pokemon's going to be Ogerpon. I'm like, well, I've got Dragon Rush here. It's going to be a Terra Fire, so I'm just going to go for the Dragon Rush because I feel like Grave Apple won't faint. To Aerial Ace, it might live, and that's really my only option. So we got the Terra Fire, and this is most definitely going to use its signature move, which will most definitely drop me in one shot. So Embody Aspect's going to give it a attack rise there, which is going to easily be enough to take me out. However, Dragon Rush is going to one-shot, and that is the end of the battle. Apparently, it also had a grass move that could be my favorite healing move. I don't know what that one is, though. Anyway, people, hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.